Are we good? Yes. 15 דקות. We good? Okay, good morning everyone. Thank you for your time and your focus. My name is Roy Bar, software engineer here at Brauda and at the cybersecurity company at the center of Israel. This is Eldar Gafarov, also a software security software student engineer at a medical tech company at north of Israel. We're here today to present you MentorMatch. So imagine a situation in which a student named Sarah is trying to find a mentor for her capstone part A project, but she can't because there's an Excel file who isn't really up to date. She needs to communicate with the supervisor through email, and once she sent an email, she needs to wait for a response. And she doesn't know who to reach out to because she doesn't know a lot of the supervisors and lecturers in the college because she isn't very social in comparison to other students who already from like a semester or two before the project know who they want to have as their supervisor. On the other side of the supervisor side, also they have overflowing email inbox of students who wants their guidance in their final project, and they can keep up with the demand, and even after they are capped out in their capacity, they still have messages from students who want them as their supervisors. So this is the current state of the way students and lecturers combine and interact with each other in order to find a match for the final project. The problem is limited visibility. Students don't know the entire staff that is available, and if they know their name, they don't know their area of expertise and their research subject they want to address. The communication, as I mentioned before, is through emails, which isn't very effective, and can go. A lot of emails can get lost and lose the thread of communication. There's a lot of administrative burden because a lot of the files and updates are in email blast or in Excel files that needs to manually update every few days because a lecturer has take on two groups, so his capacity is lowered by 2, and a lot of missed opportunities from this aspect of if there were a couple of students and a lecturer with similar research goals, and they couldn't find each other, get a match, the potential of their project is missed because they couldn't find each other, they couldn't match. At the same time, the lecturer don't know every student who is reaching out to them because they know everyone, they don't know their background and goals, so everything is very limited visibility, and they need to repeat themselves, the students and the lecturer, about the subject and goals for their project. We identified 4 key stakeholders in this problem, in this situation. First of all, as we mentioned, the students, the supervisors who want to guide the students, and 2 more, which are the project coordinators, which are the staff that is responsible on the project itself, the capstone part A project, in the example, Dr. Naomi, and also the administrative staff, which is Ora in this example, who needs to, at the end of the day, at the end of the mentor match flow, need to update in broader systems the matches that were made, and everything is very manual and not very efficient. Our proposed solution is a one center data for all stakeholders who will streamline this entire process. A student application portal who will, as a student, I will have available information about the lecturers, their names, even of how they look, what are their interest projects, because what their project they want to work on. So I don't have to ask each professor I'm contacting what are your domains of interest. And on the other hand, the supervisor portal for the lecturers who don't know the entire student body, So if a student or a couple of students want to reach out to them, they have prior information of the meeting. So when you will schedule a meeting with students, you already know their status, their academic status, their interests. Also, for the administrative side, they have the information of the whole process and a better view of it all. And also for the administrative staff, a real-time matching stuff. Now,
Okay. I'll talk about the workflow. Our first step was conducting a literature review by reading articles, understanding the user-centered design, how it works. The step two, we've conducted interviews to gather information from all the stakeholders. We've talked to students, we've talked to supervisors, and we understood their needs. Step three, we built the prototype according to the insights of the interview. And the fourth step that we presented the prototype to all those stakeholders to gather more information to understand and get feedback and make improvements. So our findings from interview are, first of all, the communication breakdown. Students contact multiple supervisors and simultaneously without any proper follow-up. Students send mails to 10 supervisors about asking them what are you gonna do, what kind of project you're supervising, and it makes a big overload, as Roy mentioned before. We have the information visibility gap. There is no centralized supervisor availability or research interest. If I don't know the lecturer, like I'll give example from here. I don't know what Marcos does, so maybe he would be a good potential for me as a supervisor. But on the other hand, there is a student commitment issues. Students shop around without notifying rejected supervisors. They just don't send back mails that we continue to other supervisor, and that's problematic. But but the main struggle is the very core issue is the lack of centralized system for managing the student supervisor matching process. We have a use case based on the requirement documents. We've made a big requirement documents, and I'll give an example. Sarah, the student, she can browse available supervisors. She can view supervisor details. She can apply for supervision. Yes.
Yeah. It won't be taken from our time, I hope.
Okay. On the other hand, the supervisor, if we see he can manage profile, review student applications, approve and reject applications. I'll later show you that on the prototype we have a photo of prototype, and you will see. And we have project owners and administrative staff. Next. So the student view. As you see, student sees which lecturer he has, how many, what is the capacity. We can click on view details and understand what supervisor research is about, and how many people he has. Okay, another part is not a good example. But you understood. But you understood. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Okay, the supervisor view. A supervisor sees all the applications that been sent to them and the status. What is the status? When you click on review button, you can see what the students asked and what their interest, and then you can apply, you can decline, you can continue pending. You have current projects. How many current projects you have? How many available slots? Yes, it's a demo. It's a prototype. It may change, but that's the view of our system. And the last project administrator view. Let's talk about administrator, like admin view. They see everything. They see all the projects. They see all the supervisors. They see all the project titles. They see all the statuses. They see how many total students we have, how many matched, how many pending, how many active. You can see everything, and it's one system, no Excel spreadsheet, no nothing. Okay, our architecture is three-tier architecture that works everywhere. Like it's a proven architecture that works everywhere. Where on the client side, on the front end, we're going to use React. On the back end, we're going to use Node.js. And database layer, we're going to use NoSQL, Firebase, Firestone. What are success challenges? First of all, user adoption resistance. We're talking mainly about supervisors that are accustomed to the email-based communication, and they may resist change. People don't like changes. They may resist change. Why I didn't talk about students? Because students still don't know that kind of communication. So if we give them the mentor match, then they will use it. Data management complexity. We're using free tier services. So we have database storage limitations. We need to keep supervisor availability information current and upload more and updated and upload more data. So it may be a challenge. And communication management, that establishing structured communication protocols between students and supervisors, managing notification overload while maintaining engagement between the students and supervisors. But the biggest challenge is achieving widespread adoption while maintaining the quality and accuracy of the matching process. That's the biggest challenge, because making the good match is really hard.
So our project goals are basically these two goals. We want to address the mentor-mentee gaps. As we presented, the current status of the process isn't optimal per se, and we want to have one system that will cater to the needs of the students and the mentors and the administrator staff and the supervisor of the project as well. The second one is fostering communication and community engagement. In the current situation, those students who are more socially active between themselves and with the lecturers gain the most from the current situation. With this system, they are more likely to engage earlier and better with the current the process of finding a mentor match, and we want to reduce the number of students in the last minute need to find a mentor for the project. Our testing strategy is very detailed. You're more than welcome to read it in our project book. And the main things are the functional testing, making sure that everything is working, and making sure that each user functionality is working and per their requirement, and the performance testing. Eventually, the demand that our service will have will be ups and downs in the end of the start and the end of the semester when more users will use our system. Our success metrics are the three following. Efficiency: if we reduce 30% in matching process time, that's great. That's what we call success. User satisfaction: if 80% of the satisfaction rating for our servers after the launch will be 80 plus, then this is success for us. If users aren't satisfied and are using the process, it's not a successful project. And of course, matching success: 90% of students match before the semester starts. We want less 1 minute students who are like, oh wait, I don't have a student partner, I don't have a lecturer guiding me, I don't have a subject. So if we can use if we can fix this as earlier as possible, it's a lot less overhead for all the key stakeholders that we presented. We want to thank you all, and we hope it's a match. Any questions? But only good questions.
Not hard questions.
I know, it's very, of course, it's very well.
We know our customers. We know our customers.
Yeah, you know, you are the customer. I just want to say that usually we have about 85 to 90% matches by the beginning of the semester. But I think that the issue is there, what you nailed it, is act fairly, because the problem is that the students they match with one lecturer and then they go shop around and find someone else. And in the beginning we have a lot of confusion. So I think this is going to be the main challenge of the project. It's very interesting. Looking forward to see the.
I think that manually when you have one centered place, and if you know me are scheduled for 5 capacity of pairs, and I'm a student and I go to your profile in the project and say you are capped out, I won't connect you. So one of the issues that were raised in the interview is that even as a lecturer, even after I'm capped out, students still message me, and I have to decline them manually in the emails.
So what we talked about, but I'm talking about what
Those that
afterwards.
send and
After
don't
students
yes.
like they got my spot and then they go and they find another lecture.
So we didn't go
They
in.
find out about it
Yes,
only
yes.
Yeah,
in
we didn't go
meetings.
inside this particular subject in the presentation, but it is in our project book. The way the workflow is that once you like confirm with a lecturer, it's a Catholic
It's like a contract.
Catholic wedding.
Unless something else.
Yeah. The workflow is like gives enough information and make sure that both parties understand. And once you committed, that's the pair. This is who you go with, and you automatically inform the other lecturers or students that you were in contact with. I'm capped out, or I'm already close with another lecturer.
What about student matches? Is that an issue?
The students between themselves. We're thinking about that. Maybe we will add that functionality, but for now it's not. We don't have that kind of functionality. But on the other hand, in the prototype you see there are students that sent alone because they don't have any matches, so they sent alone
The request.
So a lecturer can take those two and make them like a match.
In your system,
The problem that we identified is the mentor-mentee match.
Right.
So based on our system, it's partly basically pretty easy to add the student and student match,
Yes.
but that's not the main problem that we're facing. Once we will fix that problem, we will be more than happy to add that functionality.
Our next project for your master.
We will finish everything.
For our master. Master?
No. For your
It's a
master.
milestone.
Any other questions?
Do we have time? Yeah. Okay. So, have you just considered how you will be able to check it, the usability of your project? Because, you finish at the end of the semester, and then they're already. I mean, how can you actually test it, the usage of it?
So our goal is to come at the beginning of the next semester with a working project and test it in the classes. I mean, enter to the class, present the project 2 minutes, try to sign up, try to see how it works. If that won't work, then we will have other cases. But that's like the main.
Hopefully, during the summer we will create a working project, and in the start of the new semester, the current workflow will still going on. But we will, in the meantime, in parallel, will advise the students and the lecturers to use our system as well, in order for the next semester that our system will be the one that is used.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time.